Good afternoon and welcome. We wish to acknowledge this land on which the University of Toronto operates. For thousands of years, it has been the traditional land of the Huron-Wendat, the Seneca, and the Mississaugas of the Credit. Today, this meeting place is still the home to many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to work on this land. We are also grateful to have the opportunity to celebrate the achievements of our scholars who graduate today. On their behalf, let us express gratitude for the support of their families and friends, and for the faculty and staff who have guided them in their pursuit of knowledge. Whatever our own traditions, let us reflect as we proceed through the Convocation ceremony and the many years of effort, sacrifice, and success that have brought us to this time of celebration. In concilium Universitates Torontonensis vocatis sumus. Graduands, please remain standing. All guests, please be seated.
Insignissima cancelaria. Presento tibi hoce scholaris, ut admentator ad gradios varios, testorque eos quad omnia quae, statuta requerant aptos et idoneos esse.
Et profectum huies provinciae, huies qua magnae patriae, et profectum omnium nationum, omnibus interis conjunctarum, algo executoritate mihi atoti, universitate commissar. Et mitto vos equados varius, quarum ura vubisto. Et petu quoqua ut omnia confictiatus munera qua et illos gradus pertinent.
Please be seated. My name is Melanie Wooden, and it is my great privilege to serve the University of Toronto as the Dean of the Faculty of Arts and Science. Today, I have the additional privilege of assisting Chancellor Rose Patton in conducting this convocation. This university is an institution with deep historical roots and many enduring traditions. Among those is our use of the language of the medieval university in today's wonderful celebration. For those in attendance who, like me, are less than fluent in Latin, a transition may be helpful. For my part, I said, "Most distinguished Chancellor, I present to you these scholars that they may be admitted to the various degrees, and I bear witness that as far as all things which the statutes require, they are fit and suitable." Much more significantly, from the standpoint of the graduating class, the Chancellor then replied, "To the benefit of this province, this great country, and to the worldwide community of nations, I, by the authority vested in me and in the whole university, admit you to your various degrees, grant to you the rights and ask of you the responsibilities of doing all those things which pertain to those degrees. And so, as my first order of business, I am delighted to salute you, the graduating classes of the 2023 from Victoria College. That's it, you're done. Warmest congratulations. I would also like to bid a very warm welcome to everyone who has joined us here in historic Convocation Hall. Graduates, today the University of Toronto is formally recognizing your hard work, your accomplishments, your perseverance, and this milestone. Speaking of perseverance, You have successfully completed your program in extraordinary and challenging times, and today's celebration is all the more meaningful for it. Each of you, as a member of the graduating class, is joining an exceptional family of University of Toronto alumni. U of T has a global community of over 660,000 alumni in 196 countries. They are the university's living legacy and our greatest ambassadors. Today, we are also recognizing David Andrews, whose pioneering contributions to computation and applied statistics have had a profound impact on the field and paved the way for later developments in statistical science, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. We will hear much more about our honorary graduate in a moment. For now, let me simply observe that U of T alumni serve in leadership roles in every corner of the globe and in every walk of life. They are prime ministers, justices, scholars, authors, community and business leaders, scientists and professionals of every description. Their endeavors have shaped the world we live in and the way we understand that world. We have no doubt that the University of Toronto's high international standing can be attributed to generations of dedicated and very talented faculty and staff members. But we also understand that this reputation has been built by our alumni, a group that now includes each and every one of you. So to the graduating class, let me say thank you. Thank you for your many contributions to the university while you were a student, and thank you for what you will do as a member of Canada's largest, and I believe most distinguished alumni community. One more word of thanks is in order. I'm sure all graduates share a sense of gratitude to the friends and family members who have helped them to this special day. And I would ask you to join me and the platform party in thanking them with a vigorous round of applause. Now let me continue with a request. One of the distinguishing features of our convocation is that graduates come forward to be recognized individually. You will then leave, right here, you will then leave the stage using the ramp down this way, exit to the door and around the hall, and at that point you will make a left and quietly re-enter the hall as your peers continue to be recognized. During this, I encourage you to think of the very last person who will be on this stage. And I believe it will be Seon Kugen. Could you please stand up? Seon? Here. Thank you. Looking the wrong way. We want everyone to remember Seon and return to your seat. Finally, I note that the university is a mask-friendly environment. We ask everyone to respect each other's decisions and comfort levels with regard to health and safety concerns. Similarly, we will forgo the traditional handshake, but promise to offer enthusiastic applause as you pass by the stage. Thank you for your understanding and assistance, and once more, warmest congratulations. It is now my distinct privilege to invite Nancy Reed, University Professor of Statistical Sciences, to present our honorary graduate.
David Francis Andrews is a statistical scientist. He's a pioneer of statistical computing, statistical graphics, statistical consultation, symbolic computation, and many other fancy words I could go on and on about. This is his 4th degree from the University of Toronto. He has a bachelor's, master's, and a PhD from this university. So one day, a long time ago, he was sitting where you are now, and I'm sure he was excited then as he is now. He's a gold medalist of the Statistical Society of Canada, and the citation recognized his influential research contributions, his visionary leadership, and the inspiration in his teaching for generations of students. He has a remarkably infectious enthusiasm for all things statistical. It might seem a little unusual to you that someone could be passionate about statistics, but most of us on this stage are. And the reason is you can use statistics in so many other domains, so you can really learn a lot about a lot of different things. And David Andrews embodies this curiosity for learning about different fields. And he's been instrumental in spreading this across the campus during his long career here. His originality in research was evident early in his career. He initiated a famous collaboration that became known as the Princeton Robustness Study, which is a little bit technical, so we all just called it the Andrews Book. But it was a book that influenced the development of our field over many generations and broke the ground for later developments in machine learning and artificial intelligence and data science. David was also instrumental in building the discipline and the department. His vision in recognizing the needs for computation led to the creation of our department in 1977. And he carried this vision through his chairmanship of the department for 8 formative years, from 1984 to 1992. That's the time that I came to the University of Toronto, and David told me his ambition was to increase our faculty numbers from 10 to 14, and our student numbers from 400 to 500. We now have upwards of 50 faculty members and 4,500 students, and it's not an exaggeration to say that the foundation for this success was established during David's term as chair. On a personal level, I learned from his example how to be a chair. This was enormously helpful to me when my turn came around. He continued throughout his time in leadership to be very active in research. For example, publishing with James Stafford a highly original monograph on symbolic computation for statistics. Outside of the university, he's Canada's most successful and longest-serving election night forecaster. He has been behind the scenes at the CTV network during nearly every provincial and federal election for the past 50 years, enabling the network's commentators to call early and accurately well over 100 elections. For his excellence in research, for his transformative contributions to statistical science, and for his service to the public good, Madam Chancellor, on behalf of the Governing Council, I ask you to confer the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, upon David Francis Andrews.
On behalf of the University of Toronto and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I have the great honor and pleasure of conferring on you, as I do now, the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
Chancellor Patton, Dean Wooden, distinguished members of the Platform Party, family and friends of the graduates, and most importantly, the class of 2023 from Victoria College. I am pleased to join in this celebration. Congratulations. This is your day, so I'm going to be brief. You don't want advice. I know this. I have 3 sons that graduated from Vic. But I'm a statistician, trained to work with evidence. So I'll just relate the evidence of what worked for me. There's only one bit of advice, but I'm going to save that for the end, so you'll know when it's coming. I'm both honored and humbled to receive this degree and share this convocation with you. This is my valediction. Now, you've heard some good things that happened when I was here. The credit goes to the university's excellent professors, students, colleagues, classmates. I was fortunate to have the very best of these and would not have done much without them. After I left, I discovered that this university was way better than I thought. Because of its high admission standards, I benefited from excellent students, classmates. I learned a lot from them. I even married one. The satisfaction of seeing the success of students here is immense. They made it all worthwhile. The reputation of the faculty must have been great because when I finished studies, before I'd accomplished much, I was invited to join a sequence of great institutions: Imperial College London, Princeton University, Bell Labs, University of Chicago. And there I was mentored by some of the very best statisticians. I learned a lot by changing jobs. Living and working elsewhere gave me a new perspective. After I left, I came to appreciate the great advantages of this institution and this country. When I returned to this university, a lot of good things were possible. And the credit for those goes to the administrators, the deans, the presidents, and the provosts. They made the impossible possible. I found that the administration was always guided by sensible policies, but not overly constrained. When there was hiring freezes, the administration still allowed the department to make great appointments. And when there was a university policy against having a department having a computer, I just applied for one. The president summoned me and asked me to apply for a more powerful one. Toronto became a leader in statistical computation. The impossible is just a little bit harder. Working here was enormous fun. When I started, statistics was having a revolution. Advances in computing opened up new vistas of application. The field was rich with opportunity. The low-hanging fruit, there was a lot of it. It was exciting to collaborate widely with inspired researchers at U of T. The range of fields that I had was extraordinary. I learned about diseases, the evolving methodology of genetics, clay tablet inscriptions from the Middle East, the vocabulary of the Russian poet Brodsky, Canadian fires, all by applying common principles of statistics. In medicine, there was the development and acceptance of clinical trials. Few new medical interventions, think of vaccines or the Zamboni treatment for MS. Approval is now informed by statistical clinical trials. I had an inside track. Statistical training allowed me to help in the design of clinical trials for severe head injuries, dementia, tiny 1-kilogram babies. I found it satisfying to assist in the advances of medicine. At the University of Toronto, I had a chance to collaborate with the very best. At the change of the millennium, I changed jobs again, did it frequently. Statistics was being used increasingly to resolve legal issues. I was asked, among many things, to establish procedures for monitoring physicians, optometrists, to assess the costs of the production of chicken and eggs. And then there was the case where I was asked to support a clerk who was fired for wearing facial jewelry. Fired for facial jewelry? Unbelievable. So we were up against one of Canada's most prominent polling firms. She won. I give thanks that there's more justice than I thought. The application of sound statistical principles ended the tiresome squabbling about data. And for 50 years, I had a night job, a side hustle, calling candidates and governments elected for CTV on election night. That generates a lot more adrenaline than ping pong. 50 years is a long contract, longer than my tenure stream appointment, but I didn't do it alone. I worked with an excellent team, most coming from the U of T, and a guru, a master of natural intelligence, David Quantz. He's now 92. Collaboration works. That's a fact, not advice. After I first left, I came to appreciate Canada. It's not perfect, but way better than many places. Most of us today have enjoyed years of peace, relatively stable government, access to good hospitals, halls of education, all of these public goods. For all of these, I give thanks to the previous generations that invested so heavily in the future. They invested in public institutions. Now, the debate of private versus public goods continues, as it should. I strive to understand both sides, but I hold to the old adage that high taxes are the price of civil society, and I want more civility. Sadly now, the debate seems so angry. I hope for you, as in medicine and law, these debates are increasingly informed by statistical evidence of carefully collected data and prioritized according to their impact. But the decline of political discourse is troubling. The fraction of the electorate that bothers to vote is dropping. The good news is, there's always good news, the good news is the political leaders bend, and they bend their parties to the collective will. Voting is important. Life is earnest, life is real, and at times it seems very messy. I just found it more satisfying to focus on the opportunities, including the impossible ones. I hope you all can live and work as I did, with people who are smart and serve organizations that are guided by good policies, and that when appropriate, you too can attempt the impossible. Now, I warned you at the start that there'll be one item of advice at the end, and here it comes. Warning. This venerable state ceremony began in Latin, so I'm going to end in Latin. Carpe diem. Or as they say now, go for it. And vote. Thank you.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates from Victoria College who are being admitted to the degree of Honors Bachelor of Arts. Sarah Jean Abernethy, Arashi Agazadeh Naim, Atarv Agrawal, Khadija Alam, Mina Ali, Kenzie Al-Shufara, Yongshun Ann, Vanessa Alexis Andonov, Anezi Gabriela Anya, James Adrian Flores Atalin, Barbara Eleni Athanasoulas, Krista Bihaviolos, Elijah Paul Bailey Summers, Claire Bargold, Michael Joyce Kadagiri Barringer, Juan Antonio Bobadilla Plata, Roland Paul Branda, Cassandra Branson, Cynthia Yard Brillinger, Randa Bustami, Hannah Louise Gaor Gabrejas, Auden Jean Cameron, Daniela Capone, Kelly Elizabeth Catton, Zoya Arshad Chaudhry, Chloe Linda Chile, Jocelyn Rachel Chung, Tang Quan Nathan Ching, Connor William Clark, Brooke Maureen Collins, Ashley Marie Costa, Natasha Rachel Cross, Caitlin Elia da Silva, Anne-Marie Delomel, Erica Tasia de la Pena, Mariana Sierra Diab, Emilia Eva Doback, Josephine Greenwood Dolan, Liam Peter Donovan, Nicole Elizabeth Dorr, Kevin Thomas Downey, Nahina Drasman, Abdullah Durrani, Mark Edwards, Daniel Elgaz, Kulan Enkbold, Laura Escobar, Amira Esabar, Anika Carolyn Fair, India Hermione Fallowfield, Loredy Fan, Shannon Nicole Farrell, Eric Anthony Fishback, Sarah Ann Fraser Florio, Chloe Rose Flowers, Jennifer Bailey Furman, Nalisha Salim Giga, Elena Maria Goldak, Elijah Wolf Goldstein, Leanne Maria and Edina Gomez, Dylan Samuel Gould, Catherine Ann Moorcroft Harbell, Benjamin Peter Hartmans, Sayeda Mazabin Hassan, Linnea Hayho, Erin Alexandra Hill, Naomi Limai Wang, Justin Yoon Ha, Uriel Gabriel Humphrey Uduwo, Suyan Him, Ibnat Tasfia Islam, Eric Andrew Cameron Jackson, Rene Jagdeo, Madison Carolyn Ann Johnstone, Christine Jones, Jay Kanchonkoti, Omar Kassam, Sol Iris Kim, Imani Naki King, Heidi Marie Nektel, Diana Kobetik, Konstantina Kontagianis, Ching Kyung-koo, Sienna Caitlin Kunakek, Yoonji Jamie Kwan, Yui Jeet Kwang. Jean-Philippe Lambert. Jessica Nicole Pine Landaverd. Joshua Peter Lane. Jia Chi Leong. Hannah Angelica Lestrange. Dong Hang Lee. Madeline Helena Lima. Alexandra Liu. Mason Allen Case Lorch. Angelica Corpus Lozada. Catherine Liu. Mary Malin Liu. Adam Mohammed Machkori. Daisy Juliet Mallon. Marisa Martel O. Ryan Barron Martin. Sam Rosati Martin. Anita Mazudmar Moscato. Kaylee Ann McVoy. Alana Rachel Maria Macmillan. Brenna Danielle McPhee. Matthew Joseph May. Aiden Marie Mitchell Boudreau. Fatima Khalid Ahmed Mohammed. Malar Moadir. Claire Margaret McCall Monahan. Leia Pinga. Shaylin Eileen Murray. Dana Mustafa. Gemma Catherine Nakarato. Cindy Nguyen. Michelle Khan Niazi. Athanasia Dimitra Nikolakakis. Alyssa Gabrielle Nurse. Fiona Ruby Sullivan O'Brien. Sophia Isabella Olaizola. Julia Eda Bape. Angus James McLeod Patterson. Grace Palu Fry. Andrew Burkhart James Peters. Rachel Maitland Peterson. Erin Yin Hei Poon. Sue Poo. Caitlin Shakira Rajak. Rakshna Rajan. Mithrayi Rajasingam. Elijah Meadow Ramraj. Sean David Raviv. Rudaina Binte Riaz. Ishika Rishi. Emre Pierre Robe. Julia Robert. Ivy Catherine Story Rogers. Chan Min Ro. Enkin Jin Ross. Yana Sadeki. Hannah Yael Safir Brickman. Davide Andrea Salese. Nia Saraf. Maliha Weld Sarwar. Sina Sasanifard. Suwatika Seyalugaraja Turai. Richi Sheng. Lauren Grace Simpson. J. Raj Singh. Austin Davis Smith. Sebastian Winston Smith. Wang To So. Robert Jonah Solway. Yo Jung Song. Natalie Ang Chi Song. Yana Svenseris. Gabriela Lily Tark. Michaela Taylor. Lara Techman. Yi Xuan Teng. Vivian Patricia Feng. Rachel Sean Thorne. Mathia Claire Treslin. Lydia Tulenkova. An Chi Tung. Ralph Anthony Yuan Tungal. Valeria Vanessa Vela Mendoza. Chloe Frederique Natasha Vermshek. Maria Paula Vidal Valdespino. Lauren Jude Vieira. Farah Vijay. Jonathan Virtue. Lee Wan. Michelle Shixiao Wang. Yuhan Wang. Adele Carolyn Wechsler. Genevieve Whiteway. Lisa Marie Wolf. Xin Yu Wu. Jiai Xu. Manwei Yu Yao. Armita Yousefi. Baishan Yu. Vicky Yuan. Anita Lia Zaboynikova. Theodros Birain Zimanuel. Yu Ha Zhang. Alison Zhao. Catherine Chufan Zhang. Jihang Zhao. Candidate from Victoria College who's being admitted to degree of Bachelor of Arts, Jennifer Gilmore. Candidates from Victoria College who are being admitted to the degree of Honors Bachelor of Science. Mary Jo Abdoulaye. Fides Ann Ablaya. Alexandra Abramovich. Emily Adamides. Vidu Maneka Adiheti. Alishba Afak. Caitlin N. Allen. Anuki Diathma Amarokun. Crisula Angelis. Amy Nakana Ayo. Bisson Bader. Miranda Yelena Bodovinak. Anisha Balaji. Raima Murad Baluk. Yanzi Bao. Maeve Frances Beckwith Jameson. Julia Catherine Berardini. Jonathan Irwin Bernick. Catherine Rose Bukeboom. Nikhil Bambra. Sophia Xiu Ching Fiona Blakey Sloan. Alexander Bokatach. Frank Kangwa Boothroyd. Mark Kanjie Boothroyd. Jasmina Kaur Brar. Nash McKay Burt. Savina Rosetta Camilleri. Sabrina Chan. Tzu Ying Cheng. Tala Anwar Chaudhry. Elizabeth Geshen Chen. Ohan Chen. Kay Ren Chen. Shiwan Chen. Yihan Chen. Brody Chen. Yutang Chen. Shuchung Cheng. Abigia Chabra. Yeon Ching Cho. Lana Heron Cho. Angelina Anise Chu Won Chi. Chen Yang Cho. Angela Chow. Kin Ning Angel Chow. Tasha Cormack. Emily Chalice Crawley. Ninon Luni Marie Christois. Nila Carla Curtosi. Arla Dackley. Juan Felipe de los Rios. Benjamin Banji Ding. Yi Yun Ding. Yo Yi Ding. Mary Yvonne Vincenza Ditta. Tenson Dolker. Faith Dong. Yue Dong. Kati Shoshe Du. Emily Durson. Madhurima Dutta. Hannah Rose Eaton Tessier. Hannah El Haddad. Tala El Kunkan. Jacob Samuel Estrella Robalino. Patricia Ann Alfaro Fajardo. Payam Fakurziba. Shi Fan. Jenny Isabella Fang. Shahzada Muhammad Shamil Farouk. Kyle Fung. Leah Galanis. Amal Fuad Garib. Jessica Barker Glastein. Julia Jean Gulubov. Vanessa Sofia Novo Gomez. William Simon Gottlieb. Simone Maya Gour. Catherine Guan. Tharsiga Gunasegaran. Yashin Guo. Tanmay Gutpa. Isai Caleb Gutierrez Flores. Tibek Nuha. Sarah Hayder. Yutong Han. Ava Harrington. Shinyan Ha. Ying Ha. Tosha Henry Adams. Carolyn Ho. Dominica Holguin. Thomas Frank Howells. Ben Rong Hu. Yang Ching Hu. Jade Ching Wen Huang. Syed Faraz Hussain. Karen Indrawinata. Victoria Yusuf Friedman. Aliyah Anakiko Bunda Uzumi. Noma Yagi. Rana Jangiri. Daniel Michael Jarvis. Madeline J. Trisha Anjani Jayusilan. Kathleen Rose Eng Johnson. Mary Patricia Jones. Matthew Alexander Juhas. Conrad David Jurasek. Alexeis Kalininins. Vedan Kaushik. Misha Khan. Pranav Jignesh Khatri. Rhea Kaur Kurana. Helim Kim. Jacob Kim. Ji-yoon Page Kim. Jessica Chelsea Koch. Norshirwan Kotwal. Brett Edward Kreinson. Liliane Kruder. Rohina Kumar. Adele Marie Lozon. Jason Lawrence. Tianho Le. Madeline Grace Leach Jarrett. Helen Hui Xin Lee. Jonathan Robert Lee. Kennedy Alexis Lee. Xian Lee. Isabella Leong. Adam Alexander Leong. Edward Leong. Chi Lee. Hewan Lee. Yuching Lee. Alexis Liang. Jinchui Liang. Brenda Sam Lee Ludena. Isabel Nie Shin Lim. Catherine Yu Chia Lin. Sherman Shao J. Liu. Zhongliu Liu. Vincent Lo. Alexandra Lomovtseva. Chaim Lowen. Jinan Liu. Xia Liu. Sarah Linson Margaret McPherson. Sarah Momudian. Nayanika Mathur. Polina Medleva. Kaylee Dawn Meehan. Ana Sofia Mendoza Virega. Maya Merchant. Christina Nicole Merola. Chelsea Celeste Merrick. Ava Messenger. Julian John Jean Mounier. Sofia Mikhailovich. Helia Mohammadi. Vanessa Adnan Moza. Sarem Mulugeta. Ali bin Munin. Jaden Nicoletta Moyo. Adam Musa. Isha Muthu Subramanian. Amna Naim. Ashna Nagar. Rana Ponce Napoles. Jess Nash. Maud Abrar Nasir. Tiala Nasser. Lisa Nasuyu. Avni Nathan. David Nersisian. Rachel Natasha New. Jolie Van Lan Nguyen. Kezu Niu. Natasha Sabrina Nixon. Cheryl Yang Nong. Ryan Olegario. Emma May Chin Outram. Yit Ozelik. Abigail Sapphire Palsik. Jennifer Park. Siyun Park. Jiting Peng. Agrata Pradhan. Laksan Premachandran. Eden Abby Prosser. Kennedy Jude Imani Anna Providence. Manal Makdum Kezar. Jirui Cheng. Michael Morgan Ratakowski. Genevieve Anna Ramnarin. Zoha Fatima Rehan. Sierra Lillian Richards. Amanda Marie Rokiki. Sharon Thithra Roshan. Mackenzie Alexandra Rothney. Avani Elizabeth Rusnak. Abayit Singh Sakal. Supra Sakia Saha. Kim Saint Cyr. Celine Abdel Aziz Salab. Jose Francisco Sante Sosa. Saskia Schultens. Nadia Natalia Schwartz Rivero. Logan Matthew Syme. Kiana Rose Secchi. Chengfeng Shang. Hannah Kim Sharifi. Amina Shmanova. Ping Him Shum. Afanula Siddiqui. Mackenzie Alyssa Siliker. Kalia June Silverton. Amanda Page Solomon. Deanne Sodi. Elise Georgia Stacy. Lanshin Sun. Chiren Sun. John Edward Swarnhone. Christopher Ryan Tan. Yu Wei Tang. Xiao Tao. Taylor Chris Raoul Feely. Alexander Tran. Nicole Tran. Susan Tran. Albertine Maisie Trowbridge. Serena Wen Ying Ti. John Elia Tatanis. Elning Utami. Sarah Elizabeth Verreau. Catherine Gagnon Walcott. Kei Wang. Ryan Wang. Yilin Wang. Riko Watanabe. Faith Abigail Wirschbach. Xin Wei Wu. Yuji Wu. Runyu Xia. Angeline Gloria Xie. Vicky Xie. Siwan Xing. Xiangyun Xu, Ji Xu, Alexander Xiaoming Yang, Yunso Yang, Yuxin Yang, Tamsin Yao, Kevin Emery, Yoon Jong Yoon, Doga Nur Yuralmaz, Chia Cheng Yu, Xiao Xiao Yu, Chang Yuan, James Yaguan Yuan, Jing Jing Yuan, Christine Bohan Yoon, Christina Marie Zakala, Yasemin Zargami, Anastasia, Anastasia Zaritoskaya, Jenny Zhang, Jingji Zhang, Tongyu Zhang, Wenrui Zhang, Yuhang Zhang, Jiaqi Zhao, Linyun Zhang, Xintiao Zhong, Yiqi Ji, Jimeng Zhang, candidate from Victoria College who's being admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science, Seyon Kugan.
On behalf of the University of Toronto and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I hereby admit all those candidates not here present to their degrees in absentia.
As we conclude Convocation, I wish to thank all of you for your participation and patience. To the families and friends, and to those in the procession, let me say thank you. You have made this a more memorable event for each member of the graduating class. I would like to thank Chancellor Rose Patton for presiding over today's ceremony. I wish to thank as well the many other colleagues and friends of the university who participated in this convocation, whose names you'll find in the program. To our honorary graduate, Dr. David Andrews, let me say you have inspired us with your lifetime career and accomplishments. And today, you have inspired us with your words. Thank you and congratulations. I now invite the Chancellor to bring today's ceremony to a close.
As I bring this convocation ceremony to a close on this, which is your special day, I hope we will see you often in the years to come, and I invite you to stay connected with us. We will be very interested in your journey, and we know you will have an impact for the better in whatever path you choose. Concilium dimissum est.